Hey, namaste everyone. Welcome to this session once again. Today, as mentioned to you early on, I suggest that you all take a look at the short video that I sent to you all by Mingyur Rinpoche. But basically, during the video or in the video itself, Mingyur Rinpoche was trying to introduce our three innate qualities through the analogy of the rubber snake. So I'm sure that his explanation is clear enough. So I don't have to elaborate much about that, but we are going to practice something similar because we have been talking and practicing a lot about this what do you call it? This awareness, loving kindness, and also compassion. And but the most important thing is when it comes to meditation is you must have the right view. And the view that we talk about here is at the core of who we are, that is this natural, innate goodness, which are the awareness, loving compassion, and wisdom. They are always here. We don't really have to create or develop it. They are always at the background, quietly present, but we don't recognize it. That's why a lot of practices that we have been doing in the past is to help us to recognize and connect with these innate qualities of ours. Okay, so today again, of course, we are going to practice again. So when you talk about awareness, like for example, when we interpret the snake as a real snake, so instantly, I think most of us, we experience a feeling of fear, right? So because we suffer and because we assume that there is a real threat, okay, causing our physical tension, and also we start to feel a little bit panic. Just imagine we really confronted with a real snake, right? So by practicing awareness, we are aware when fear arises, okay, and we are also aware of the bodily sensation. And what we do is, with the awareness, we can just aware and let the sensation be there and relax our body and observe the sensation. So this will allow us to look at the snake without being overwhelmed by the fear itself. And when it comes to loving compassion, when loving compassion is simply to recognize that all that we do, whatever activities we do, even as simple things as blinking the eyes, or even, for example, every sip of water that we drink, or every movement we do to adjust our body posture at this moment, for example, they are all expressions of our innate desire to want to be happy. We don't want to suffer. That's why we move our body, correct? We drink water, right? So these are our innate expression of wanting to have happiness and free from suffering. And these are the qualities that everybody has it, every being, in fact, including the animal. In this case, including the snake. That's why he led us to do a simple meditation on how to send our love and compassion for the snake itself, because snake too, they are like human being. They want to be happy. They don't want to suffer, right? And of course, the third quality he talked about is the wisdom, because through wisdom, we finally see the truth. The snake is not real. The clarity allow our panic to disappear entirely as we recognize the nature of reality. So wisdom is defined simply as the ability to see things clearly, to understand things as they are without needing to change them. So this ability of ours that is able to take a step back and see how our mind is making a situation into something painful or pleasant is called wisdom. For example, a lot of situations, they are neither good or bad, but our belief, our interpretation, our thoughts or past experience has added layers to this. And if we are able to see through that, then we no longer be influenced by them. So by the end of the teaching, Rinpoche actually emphasized that wisdom is the key to freeing ourselves from the roots of suffering and delusion. So back to the analogy of the rubber snake. So if we have the wisdom to recognize that this snake is actually our wrong perception, we are able to see things as they are, right? Like we see the snake is actually not the real snake, and our body aching. Yes, we recognize the feeling is real, but they are not true. right? We look at the whatever that's happening in our surrounding. For example, there's a voice or there's a sound passing through at this moment. If our mind interpret it as unpleasant, immediately we suffer. But if our mind interpret it as something pleasant, then we start to have clinging or attachment. So everything depends on how mind interpret the situation. So if we are able to see that, that is wisdom. Okay, so this love, loving compassion, awareness, and wisdom, these three are our innate qualities, meaning we don't have to create it. It's already in us all the time. We just have to recognize it and connect with them. Okay, so this is a short summary of what we have been practicing all this while. So now we are going to put into practice. So let's sit in a comfortable position, adjust your body posture. Okay, allow me to invite three sounds of the bell and allow the bell to bring you to your own innate well-being. So sitting upright in a comfortable position with your spine loosely straight but not rigid. Allow your hand to rest easily and close your eyes if you really need to, but you may try to open your eyes for this session. But when your eyes are tired, you can just gently rest for a while and open again. And with your eyes slightly open, you can just rest in open awareness for a while. And bring a sense of meaning to our practice today by setting an inspiration, thinking that I'm going to meditate not only to benefit myself, but to also benefit my friends, my family, and society at large. Just connect to this motivation for a while. And as you continue to rest in awareness and be aware of the sounds in your environment. It could be sounds from the traffic afar, sounds of the fan or aircon at the background. It could be people talking around you. Just aware. And the ability to know that you are hearing sound is awareness itself. And we all have this ability. At the same time, you're also aware of your breath. Notice your inhalation, your exhalation. Just aware of the rhythm of the breath. You don't have to change it or make it in any way. Simply aware of your breath at this moment. And allowing the breath to be as it is. But if there is a tendency to want to change the breath by taking a deep breath or exhale fully, recognize that as well. In other words, there's no right or wrong in doing anything, but simply aware of whatever that you are trying to do at this moment. And at the same time, you may be aware of the body sensations. You could feel the wind or the fan, body temperature, or any pains or tension. And notice that too. Again, our job here is not to fix anything or improve anything. We simply recognize and aware. And awareness is naturally present. It doesn't need to work hard. It simply knows. Awareness knows how each breath arises and passes away. Sounds, your sight in front of you, even thoughts that arise at this moment. Each moment you are aware, you are discovering this natural knowing quality of your mind. Sounds is changing all the time. Your bodily sensation too. And your thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. But behind it all, there is something steady, which is the awareness, the simple knowing of our mind. Notice that. When your mind wanders off to somewhere else, but as soon as you know that your mind has gone somewhere, you are aware. And awareness is always here, like the sky, open and spacious. So now think about the reason that you decided to do this meditation. Why are you doing this? Perhaps you're looking for peace, calm, or you want to find out the truth. Notice that whatever the reason was, behind it was the desire to want to be happy and to be free from suffering. And that is love and compassion. They are always there. Appreciate that. Recognize that every moment we are seeking for happiness and avoid suffering. Every time we blink our eyes, because we don't want to suffer. If we don't blink, eyes will be painful. We drink, we have to quench our thirst. We walk, we want to go places. So every act that we do is an expression of our innate loving compassion. So notice that how simple it is for us to act in this way every day. We are expressing our love and compassion for ourselves without realizing it. And try to imagine the same wish, which also shared by everybody or all being in the world, including the snake in the video. If it is a real snake, the snake too want to have happiness and don't want to suffer just like us. It could be your friend, your family members, or even a pet. Consider how their desire to be happy and free from suffering is also always present, like us. And silently, you may like to repeat a phrase that express your wish for them to have this happiness and free from suffering. May you be happy and may you be free from suffering. May you be happy and may you be free from suffering. Seeing yourself sending kind wishes to the person or your pet in front of you. Imagine they receive your wishes and they are relieved from their suffering and feel happy. So now just rest your mind in open awareness for a while. Just rest naturally. Accept whatever that's coming up for you at this moment. And now, as you rest, see if you could connect with wisdom, the ability to see things clearly. See what is coming up in your body or your mind or surrounding at this moment. Maybe you feel some discomfort in your body at this moment. And notice how your mind is adding layers of story or interpretation to this sensation. Maybe your mind is telling you, I'm getting older. This body has become useless. I don't like this pain. It could be some sounds in the surrounding. And again, see how your mind label the sound as light or dislight. If your mind label as unpleasant sound, naturally, you don't feel good. You want to silence the sound. You want to block the sound. But if your mind label as a pleasant sound, you want it more. So see if you are able to catch your mind adding stories to whatever sensations or experience that's coming up at this moment. And even if you just pay attention at your breath, the breath also reveals a deep truth. Everything, including the breath, is impermanent. And the breath is interconnected. They don't exist independently. So this is also our innate wisdom, our ability to see things clearly. If we could notice or realize that the fear that arises when we saw the snake is because of our wrong perception of seeing the snake as real snake, then the fear would disappear. So fear arises simply because of the belief system. But by able to see the true reality, we are able to free ourselves from this fear or this suffering. So now once again, rest in the open awareness again. And now gently bring your attention back to the breath. Back to the sensations of the body sitting here. The space around you, the sound around you. And notice your heart. And feel these innate qualities that you have in you. The awareness, the loving compassion, and the wisdom. They are always present, always with you. Just be with that for a while. So as we closed, silently we offer this wish that may our practice benefit all beings. May all beings awaken to their innate qualities of awareness, living compassion, and wisdom. That's all for the practice today. Thank you.